Honest Lifestyle Influencer here, and today I am in the 2026 Tesla Model Y Juniper Edition. If you're new to Tesla, thinking about buying one, or you just bought a Juniper and you want a quick run through, first thing I'm going to say, this is the primary console, and you also have an app on your phone. You have various controls, not as flexible as this control system. For example, you can warm up the car in the summer, you can keep it cool, and then you have pet mode, camp mode. Pet mode obviously is to keep the climate so a pet is safe in the vehicle. Now this does have FSD integrated, which full supervised driving, and many other really cool features. But basically there's a button right down here on the bottom left, and that will take you to your main interface. And as you can see here, if you go down the list, you've got controls, dynamics, charging, autopilot, locks, light, seats, display, schedule, safety, service, software, navigation down at the bottom, and some other things. Let's say every day you need your car to be warmed up or air conditioned and ready to go, or after work at a certain time, you can go to the schedule, you can activate specific things. For example, preconditioned cabin temperature, and on your charging, you can set it to the max charge that you want. And we all know, if you're familiar with batteries, you can limit the amount of charge. Going to 100% can be hard on the battery, so a lot of people like to set this at 80 or 90%. And then of course we have the autopilot, full supervised driving. I'm going to demonstrate it here in the video. You really need to follow the Tesla rules and be attentive, be ready, and you also need to understand how to stop the vehicle and disengage full supervised driving. And I've driven many hundreds of miles in all different traffic conditions. The computer is not always right. Be alert, be aware, be attentive. With the full supervised driving, when you disengage, depending on your settings, I'm going to say, take me to Willamina, Oregon. And you can see on the screen it's calculating the trip, and I'm going to engage full supervised driving. With this on, you can control the max speed limit. For example, I have 78 max right now, but I'm in a 55, so you can also set thresholds so you never exceed, for example, 5 miles over the speed limit in any specific zone. Another thing that full supervised driving can have an issue with is detecting speed signs. Always monitor speed signs yourself, be attentive, monitor that so you can make sure you're not going too fast somewhere. And this is another thing that's really important. Because I'm in full supervised driving, if I start playing with this board, Tesla's gonna give me a warning and they're gonna disengage the full service driving, and if I do it too many times, they're gonna turn it off completely. Usually for a week or two, but they will penalize you for not being attentive to the wheel. The other thing, because this is the 2026 Juniper, the camera sensor watches my eyeballs, okay? So at every moment, particularly in the full supervised driving, Tesla wants to make sure, Maribel, by the way, is my car's name, she wants to make sure that my eyes are on the road. So that's another cool thing. You can name your car, which is really fun. Do this, I'm going to disengage. I can hit the brake, I can jerk the wheel, which by the way, when you're in full supervised driving, if you do disengage by the wheel, you need to be ready to compensate a little bit for pulling, because you kind of have to tug it. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to hit this button. That's going to disengage. Gets me back where I'm just in control of the car. Depending on your passengers and what you're doing, you might want the more natural car feel. We have what's called deceleration. When I let go of the pedal, the car immediately, you feel it just start to slow down. And by the way, that goes directly into regenerative braking, which means that it's charging from the resistance of the brakes. The battery charges a little bit every time you're letting the car brake. Hardly ever have to hit the brake in this mode. The car will stop itself, which is beautiful. If you have a passenger, for example, that gets kind of nauseous when the car being kind of jerky from the rapid deceleration, you can put it in reduced deceleration. It's a little bit more of a natural feel of the car, like in a regular car when you're driving. Now, acceleration, standard and chill. If you go back some time periods, depending on the model, depending on the software, you would have insane, you would have crazy, all these different types of modes you can go into. Right now, we just have standard and chill as part of this driving experience in this software version. And this is June 29th, 2025. I'm running the latest version. And another real cool thing about this is if you go with the dual motor, the all-wheel drive, or the rear wheel drive, I chose the rear wheel drive because I didn't really notice that much of a difference in the driving experience. As a matter of fact, the dual motor all-wheel drive was it felt like there was too much pull on the car. And I've heard this from many Tesla drivers who have experienced both, that they prefer the rear wheel because it's more of a natural driving experience. My point is, there is traction control mode. Okay, you can have it on auto, slippery, off-road resistance. And what this allows the vehicle to do is actually balance out and traction control the vehicle. This car, as it is, the long-range rear-wheel drive version does have integrated traction control. Now there's steering control, for example, if you like the heavier feel, the standard feel, the lighter feel. And then we have auto shift, which is still in beta, and they'll designate this way, which is really cool because right when I get into the car, let's say I'm backed up into my garage, and it knows immediately I'm not going to go backwards because there's a wall there. So it automatically sets me up to go into drive. I tap the brake and it goes right into drive, and I don't have to engage anything. Another thing about the new Juniper and this software is your reverse park and everything is a swipe. You don't have the stick anymore. Some of these features aren't brand new. They've just improved. They've gotten better. The self-parking, it's just hands down the coolest thing ever. I mean, if you're in a city and you have to parallel park and it's so good at it, it's absolutely incredible. Down here, we have all the apps. We have the theater, we have camera. For example, at any moment, I can go into camera mode. I can see the front and back and the rear. I can wash my little camera lens off by hitting a button. My understanding is this car has 5 external cameras on it. Superior with 360-degree full visual around the vehicle. A lot of flexibility in that. What I want to show you here is Sentry mode. And if you know what Sentry means, Sentry is like your fortress, like your way of securing something, right? So Sentry, this goes back way a long time ago in history. In this mode, I can set it so that from my phone, I can turn on my cameras. If I hear something outside and I want to know what's going on, I can turn on my cameras and I can go to any specific designation that I want to, every angle, any camera angle, and check out what's happening around the car. Also, if I have Sentry mode on, if somebody comes near the car, is moving too close to the car, doing anything, the cameras, I can have them always recording, or I can have them activate. For example, if somebody's too close, it'll start recording. So you have some documentation. If somebody tried to break into your car, or somebody tried to vandalize it or did something, you're going to have that video available for your future reference. But to me, it's just nice to have that type of security, and like it almost acts like a security guard outside of your house, because again, you hear something outside or you're curious who's turning around in your driveway, you just turn on your camera and find out what's going on out there. You can also activate the alarms from the phone. You can unlock the car, you can open the trunk, do all kinds of things. You have allergies a certain time of the year, particularly in the Northwest. Grass pollen, for example, is really bad for some people. I experienced that. You can actually turn on Biohazard. This is like HEPA level air filtration, like an airplane. And when I put this on and I start getting itchy eyes or sore throat or anything from the pollen in the environment and the grass pollen, it immediately starts to go away. This is proven to myself, and I've experienced it. No other car I've ever owned has been able to filter air like this, ever. I changed my air filters and brand new cars I had, everything was never able to. I would always get allergic reactions while I was driving through the valleys. This is a really incredible feature. And by the way, guys, the camp mode is absolutely amazing. I've slept in this car. It's better than any camping you've ever done anywhere, ever, with perfect climate control, quiet, comfortable. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. You can't camp like that. You can go to the coast and you can go camping, at a campground and sleep in your car. It's absolutely amazing. If you do decide you want to buy a Tesla and any of my videos were helpful in any way, you can always use my referral link below, and I include things that Tesla allows me to include, like 3 months of free supervised driving, or sometimes you can get like a gift card credit and buy some accessories. All right, guys, I'm going to end on that note. I will do some more follow-up videos. I hope this was entertaining and helpful, and hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.